So yeah, I there's a bunch of news. I sent you a bunch of articles. I'm obviously double check
Yes, I'm definitely
um,
looking at them right now. Hmm.
and all that. But guys, we're live. We're about to be live. We're live here. I'm recording, and Brown's live.
Yes.
Music Maniacs. A lot of
We are live,
news.
ladies and gentlemen, here on our channel. My channel, I should say. First thing we need to get to is the just announced passing of the member of the group Train, who just passed
Yes.
away.
Sounds of Jupiter in her
Yeah.
ear. Yay, yay,
And I'm looking at the
yay.
article right now, courtesy of
Yay,
Variety.
yay, yay.
Charlie Collin, the bass player and the founding member of the band Train, passed away at age 58 after he slipped and fell in the shower while house sitting for a friend in Belgium.
Yeah, bro, Brown, this is so huge that not like it's huge in a different way. Like I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's a celebrity. Yeah, it's maybe a C, B level band, whatever, right? But you can go at any moment, man. You can take a shower and die from falling at this
Yeah.
point. Did he hit his head? Was he on
I don't
drugs? We
know.
don't
I'm
know, but
checking the
you know.
article right now.
Go ahead, man.
While
Go ahead.
circumstances around his death are scarce, sources told TMZ that no one found the guy until his friends returned home from their trip from days ago. Colin's sister confirmed his death to Variety magazine. On Instagram, the members of Train remembered Colin for his technical prowess and his contributions to the band, the sound. The band mentioned, quote, when I met Colin front left, I fell in love with him, not romantically, but in love with his musical style, wrote the band, captioning a picture of Train in its early days. They continued by saying he was the sweetest guy and a handsome chap. Let's make a band. That's only a reasonable thing to do. His unique bass playing, a beautiful guitar, work helped get a lot of folks to notice us in San Francisco and beyond. I always have a warm place in my heart for him. In my heart, I always tried to put him closer, but he had a vision of his own. You're a legend, Charlie. Go charm the pants of those angels. That was a statement from the band Train in regards to the passing of their now deceased bass player, Charlie Collin, dead at age 58. Sadly. And I understand, what else do we got on the helms there, I guess? YR?
Give me one moment.
All right, there.
We
I'm going
do
to check a
have.
couple.
Let me throw out this to you. I did send you a bunch of the items, but
Yeah, it did.
let me throw out this, Brown. We need, and I know I've said this before, but really, let's do it because I feel like this one's really easy, and if we can get it done, it'll be really, really epic. We need to learn the riff to Saints in Hell,
You know what? I
and
got to listen to that song because I've only heard about that song a
oh my
couple of
God, Brown,
times. And you know what?
listen.
I got to listen to it most definitely.
All right, so you got to obviously listen to the studio version, but the live version that Halford's
Mhm.
doing right now in 2024, definitely fish around for that, or listen to the links I gave you on that.
Gotcha.
Still well and still great and blah blah blah.
Hmm.
But just the song in general. I mean, it's like Judas Priest did 3 tours, 3 shows. I've seen them, and well, the two I saw, with you, and the other
Yep.
one, it was the same set, but in the same like all their set lists are different, bro. I mean,
Gotcha.
obviously they have the radio songs, whatever,
Yep.
the big three, and then your Electric Eyes, your Painkillers.
Yep.
Um, they're always gonna
Riding on
do
the
the
wind.
Manalishi, Riding on the
Hmm.
Wind, but
They're going
they're doing a
deeper.
lot. They're doing there's 3 or 4 off there's like four, 3, 4 or 5 off the new album at least, like four or
Yes.
five. which are still good. You know, I'm
Hmm.
not complaining. They're playing new songs, like three or four on that. But then I mean, they're really hitting us with Center on this set now. They are doing. You don't have to be old to be wise. They're switching that out with
Good.
Center,
That's
but
good.
lately I've been checking every set list, and they've been straight up doing Center. So I guess there's a bigger reaction for that, and he's doing it really good. It's really good. Um, but they're doing this Saints in Hell song, Brown,
Mm.
and it's definitely that
It's
70s
badass.
priest is the 70s priest is something else, man. I feel like it is the same, but it's different than the 80s priest. You know, it's just more
Well,
bare
the 70s
knuckles.
priest, well, the 70s priest was a lot more deeper than the 80s priest because the 80s
Yes.
priest we remember with the Rob Halford's old outfits they used to wear, the whips, the chains, the leather, the studs. Um, it was a lot more mainstream when you look at it. Not necessarily mainstream, but it appealed to a lot of people out
Yes.
there. It inspired Halloween costumes and it
You know,
inspired
that
bands that
70s
dressed
stuff
the same
wasn't
way.
the 70s stuff wasn't, you know, that was all overseas. That was, you know, that it didn't hit America really.
Yes.
70s, Judas Priest
Until
here.
British Steel came out in 1980.
Yeah.
That's when Living After Midnight was played on the radio a couple times, Breaking the Law just as well. I heard of them a year before when Unleashed in the East was first released, and the one song I remember hearing on the radio was Green Man Alicia with the Two-Prong Crown. I thought, wow, as a kid at that time, that's real powerful. The song itself was real powerful, and would you know, the whole album itself is powerful to the full tact. Probably one of the best live albums next to Live After Death, in my opinion. And of course, I think you sent me the this one about Tony Iommi and Tony Martin talking about the Forbidden album, as well as
Well, hold on. Let me
mhm.
look. Hold on. I got everything planned out tonight. So
Go right ahead.
first,
All right.
I do have a mono. You know, I had the monologue, Brown, the
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Brown Wire
Yeah.
monologue. So listen,
Yep.
on Paramount Plus app,
Mm-hmm.
they have a lot of the old episodes, but they coming out with a lot of new episodes of Behind the Music,
All right.
which used to be on VH1. There's a lot of
Yes.
the lot of the older episodes that they revisit,
Mm-hmm.
right, and they have newer interviews, blah blah blah. But these newer ones, which I think they have like a newer one, like they have a Brett Michaels one,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not
Yep.
necessarily Poison, but it's a Brett Michaels Behind the Music.
Yes, I understand because he has a
And
solo
then
thing going on.
like Milli Vanilli they have, which was the first Behind the Music
I
ever,
remember
but they
that
revisit
episode.
it and stuff like that. Yeah, like they revisit and new interviews, blah blah blah. But the
Update.
point of this, yeah, updates. But the point of this, the Wolfgang Van Halen Behind the Music,
Mm.
I watched a couple of days ago.
Oh wow.
And there, and it was about, you know, it's a quick, it's like an hour long, straight up.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in and out. It's not like a 3 4 hour deal, 2 3 hour deal, right? Very emotional, very emotional, but you know, a lot of questions were answered. You know, he did get a lot of bullying online throughout the years. Wolfgang did. They go through the whole. I mean, bro, they go through the you know, what's her name's there.
Valerie Bertinetti,
Yes,
his
he's on
ex-wife.
there. You know, they go through like how they met. You know, and this is all within an hour, so that, you know, they talk about how they met, blah blah blah. You know, they will having Wolfgang, you know, birthing him, whatever, you
Mm-hmm.
know, him with Eddie, you know, with the being around music, whatever. But then they go into, which wasn't heard anywhere. They go into, you know, Eddie's death,
Yes.
basically. And, you know, Wolfgang's never really talked about this publicly, but he dives into it and it's all there and it's all new. And, you know, like pieces like they had a, they had a brain scan,
Brain
and
scan, yes.
eventually, yeah, and eventually, they found one black spot, which was bad, and then
And Eddie?
you know, yeah, and they worked it,
Wow.
they treated it, but then like they scanned again or scanned more or something, and the whole like side of the brain was all black and stuff. So like he suffered
Wow.
a stroke, like a stroke in his
Wow.
brain. All kinds of stuff happened at the end that no one knew publicly.
Well, I never knew that
So
Eddie had a
yeah,
stroke.
like a stroke. I mean,
Must have kept that
cancer.
under the hush hush realm, I guess.
Got like cancer in the brain, like tumor in the brain,
Wow.
blah blah blah,
And
like all kinds of stuff.
that's what Neil Peart had as well.
Yeah,
If
so
I
that behind the music brand, if you can ever find Paramount
find
Plus, I mean, it's only on there. It's only on there. Trust me, I try to find, but it is worth even the $5 or six or however much Paramount Plus just to see that. And I'm sure you can find clips out there, whatever. But like a lot of it's not a lot of people are talking about it, but it really is really tremendous,
wow.
really tremendous.
Did Wolfie ever get into this Van Halen tribute that was supposed to be coming up ages ago or a couple years back, I should say? What's
No, I
going on?
mean,
Or
he didn't really. They didn't. I mean, that's usually they talk about like that on the Eddie Trunk show and stuff like that. Like, cause what's his name just came on.
yeah,
Michael Anthony was just on there for an interview a couple of days ago, and
yeah. I saw the
it's like a
headline.
day.
Yes.
It's a David Lee Roth deal. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
DLR, and um, that won't wants to be an asshole about it and stuff, but in the little dog deal, Wolfgang didn't mention Sammy Hagar by name. He just referred to him as like that singer, which I found interesting.
Wow.
Um, I don't know if there's beef there or whatever, but I might call
Between
Eddie Trunk and
Wolfie
ask
and
him about that
Sammy,
actually. Yes, I'm gonna
I
ask.
don't know why.
Uh, I'm gonna ask Sammy Hagar about that, or
Eddie Trunk.
Eddie Trunk. Yes. It's a very, very good doc. I watched. We got Paul 3 in the building here. Paul, we're
Paul, what's
going
up,
over
dude?
the we're going over
What's
the
going on?
weekly we're going over the weekly music news, rock news, all that stuff, and we have big breaking news. I mean, there's stacks of news we have, but Paul, did you know this? Ever hear that band Train? The band Train?
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. I don't want to bury your story here, but yes, I did see that the original bass player died.
What'd you
Yeah.
think about that? Didn't you used to tour with that band or something back then?
Well, I looked into it. He actually left the band in 2003, bro.
Oh,
So he's been out
really?
of the band for 21 years. Yeah. So I mean,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so I used to be a big Howard Stern fan, and for some reason he likes the band Train. And to be honest, Train can cover a fucking Led Zeppelin song like motherfuckers, dude. Like it
Really?
sounds great.
I know
Yeah,
they
yeah.
did
But
a I
anyway,
know they did a version of Dream On for the Aerosmith tribute that MTV had years ago,
I
and they
think
did a
they're
good job.
like a they sound like a it's like a Black Crowes ripoff kind of to me.
well,
Yeah.
they do great covers. Their originals are kind of lame or whatever. But the bass player that's with them now, I'm not sure of his name, but he's been on the Howard Stern show with them many times. But yeah, that guy who died, the bass player who died, he left the band in 2003, bro.
They're making it like this
Yeah,
huge deal online. Like, oh my god, like like some
yeah, I
Brown,
saw that.
some members of bands when they start out aren't as popular as what maybe the band becomes and stuff too. So even though a lot of some are early founding members, they're not maybe as well known. Or I don't even think he did that. It was on that song, the Drop of Jupiter song, that you're saying 2003,
I think
right?
that
Like that
song
Ah,
wasn't
came
that
what
early.
well, I think that song came out, and I believe in about in
oh one.
2000. That's what I
Had to have
first
been
heard of
really.
them.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
2000.
all
That
right.
sounds about right.
Yes.
God, man.
And if it's to say
Well,
that Train, it was something like the
I'm gonna look it up right now. I don't know
different
if I
version.
agree with
It's
that.
like
Let me
a
look it up.
continuation of Matchbox 20 when you look at it there, because at that
Yes.
yeah,
time that kind of rock music was it was everywhere. You know, like the more sensitive, soft tone.
2001.
Yeah.
2001.
oh, I was right. Yeah, I thought I remember that. I thought I remember that when that was before I was even a teenager, but I remember hearing that shit on the radio everywhere, dude. Drops of Jupiter
Yeah.
was a huge hit.
It
I
was
hated
never
it
a,
though. I wasn't a
I
fan.
was
Brown,
never a
what do you think
trained
about
fan.
this song? It was
I
annoying,
was
right?
never a trained fan myself. Like I said, their songs appeal more to the moms and the sensitive
Yeah,
ones. Yeah,
that's
what
true though.
Arkadol used to call it mom rock. A soft, a little bit rocking, but still it's a little tender, a little sensitive.
Yeah, what about hit up Paul 3 and Brown's like, hey guys, I got some extra tickets for the train show, man. Let's fucking
Oh
party and fucking
gosh.
go to the train. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, is this a date or what the fuck is this, bro? A train show? Good God.
Yeah, man.
They had a hit and they had a minor hit in like 2015 or 16. I think it's so embarrassing. This is when you know too much
Soul
music.
Sister, I
It was
think it's
called,
called. Sweet
that
Soul
one was a
Sister,
bit.
yeah.
That was a huge hit, but they had another one. It's called like Drive By or some shit. It was
Mm.
pretty good,
Oh,
but no, the Soul Sister, that was a huge hit too.
That
Good
was,
call
yeah.
there. Yeah, good call. That song's also fucking annoying.
Yeah. So Paul, I was
But what
thinking,
else
I
is on
was.
the docket?
Oh, wait, yeah. Well, Paul, did you ever listen to Black Sabbath when they had singer Tony Martin with them?
Tony Martin, Jesus. I mean, I've heard a lot. I know the Dio era. I know when
The
the
Ozzy.
Ian Gillan. Yeah, obviously Ozzy. Who
Yep.
Jim Martin? What the fuck did he sing on? What are we talking about?
Tony Martin is his name. He sang
Tony
on
Martin.
album. He first debuted on the Eternal Idol from '87, Headless
Oh,
Cross in '89, Tyr
oh,
TYR in 1990. In '94, he was on Cross Purposes, and the following year, he was on this record called Forbidden. And right now, there's a box set that I talked about called Anno Domini, which features four of those five records in a box set, including a
wow.
new remix version of the album Forbidden. Apparently, the mixing of that album was not too swift, and Iommi decided, hey, let's get the master tapes and remix it especially for this box set.
Mhm.
And if it's to say that the Tony Martin Black Sabbath was probably the underrated lineup of the Sabbath that is out there, because people focus on the deal, the Ozzy, but they don't pay attention to the album they did with Ian Gillan, which still remains one of my favorites, or
Love it.
the album they did with Glenn Hughes, which was basically originally a Tony Iommi solo record. It was supposed to be, and then these albums that I just mentioned.
I gotta say, they're not only maybe the most underappreciated, they're definitely the most like least known rather, because I consider myself a Sabbath like fan. Like I love
Hmm.
the Ian Gillan record. I mean all that shit.
So did
Like
I, man.
obviously,
So did I.
yep, yeah, great stuff. But even me, bro, that was a dark time for Black Sabbath, and I haven't even really stepped foot into that era, and that's saying a lot. Like I said, but I'll take your
Oh,
word for it.
oh,
I'll take your word.
definitely step in there, man. You will not be disappointed. Though I
I
never
will.
really listened to the Forbidden. I only listened to one song from that record. It was called "The Illusion of Power," and it features Ice-T doing some spoken
Oh,
monologue in that song. And the reason he's
I,
on there is because Ernie C from Ice-T's Body Count Band produced that record originally.
that is sick. Yeah, see, like I said, that was such a dark time for Sabbath
Hmm.
because Ozzy's solo career was hitting on other fucking levels, like around those points. So I don't feel like I don't feel like Sabbath was even being considered for like
Well,
anything. Like I said, that Tony Martin.
let's not
Yeah,
forget Tony Iommi was the only original member of Sabbath left. He had Cozy Powell on drums, Tony Martin on vocals, and this dude named Neil Murray who used to play in Whitesnake on bass guitar. It was basically Tony Iommi leaving Black Sabbath. Well,
right.
that's and probably the darkest time of Black Sabbath, or the most critical point, was when they came out with Seventh Star. That record was supposed to have been a Iommi solo record, but the companies decided, both in UK and US, decided, hey, call the Black Sabbath record. You probably get a lot more progress. You'll probably make a lot more sales. Yeah, right. The songs on that album, Seventh Star, were damn good, but it wasn't Black Sabbath.
Mhm.
The album went only
Well,
about to the 100s range of the Billboard charts, while Ozzy's The Ultimate Sin was in the top 10.
well, I love Ultimate Sin as well. Ozzy is notorious for shitting on that album, but I'm a big Ultimate Sin fan. I fucking love that record.
It is. I mean, I agree more. It's like usually the ones that the bands hate usually turned out to be their best sounding albums. I mean, like a lot of people said that the Born Again wasn't mixed right, it wasn't this, it wasn't that. For me, that album was the definition of what heavy metal is: loud,
Yeah,
fast, furious, and boom, right in your face.
raw, fucking raw, bro. Yeah,
Absolutely. And I
I love Victor.
understand now. I only found the master tapes. He found out where
Oh,
those were located. And I guess maybe sometime soon they may have that album mixed better,
a
according to IOM.
remaster of. Oh my
Well,
god, a remaster that would be fucking
well, more,
sick.
or well, it's already remastered. It just may be remixed.
Right, right, right.
That'll be
Remixing
interesting.
with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Now, did you see that there is actually relevant like Sabbath news out
Hmm.
there right now? Ozzy did an interview, and he was really regretful of not including Bill Ward in the end of the line or end of the world, whatever the
End of
fuck
the
their
road.
tour was.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
he
end
was.
tour. Yes.
Yeah, he was very, very regretful of not including Bill Ward, and he even mentioned of wanting to do something with him in the future. But I think we all know at this point, Ozzy is like he's done, bro. I don't think he's going to be doing too much. But yeah, to reiterate on that, I think it was a huge misstep to not include Bill Ward. Bill Ward was
I
such a
couldn't agree more, man,
oh my
because Bill Ward was the one who initially convinced Tony to hook up with Ozzy, because Ozzy and Tony knew each other from high school and they used to beat each other up.
oh yeah, Bill, man, Bill's an amazing drummer, and that was Oliver Money apparently too.
I
I
know.
think Sharon was probably a big reason of why that didn't happen, to be honest. But
No,
you
no
never
surprise.
know. All these
No
shisty
surprise. No
entertainment weird.
surprise there, because she was the
Yeah,
one
they
who.
say she's a real
Yeah,
Go ahead.
cunt.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's not forget the screw job that Bob Daisley, the bass player, and drummer Lee Kerslake got
Oh my
when
God.
they got booted out or not let go like he
Yo,
did.
Brad, did you tell see if Paul 3 knows about that thing we were talking about earlier? If you watched that, I think you're talking about that Moonwalker movie, and there was
Yeah,
the dude that
you ever saw Moonwalker, the whole project from Michael Jackson?
the erect penis
I,
had. It was like an erect
Oh
penis.
yeah,
What
me
was
and
it like, Brown?
well, it was the smooth criminal segment from Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. You may remember the villain in that whole segment: shades, black shirt, hair tied back to it's like a man bun, but it's more like an erect penis rather than a regular man bun.
I've never watched that ever in my
Oh,
life, bro.
you gotta look
Yo,
it up. Hopefully, it may be here on
23
YouTube.
minutes in.
Yes. In fact,
I gotta clip
the
that.
guess the guess who plays that villain? Joe
I have no
Pesci.
idea.
Joe Pesci.
Well, he always was a dickhead, so it makes sense.
Hmm. Anyway, so I understand now from the other thing that Wire sent me. Michael Anthony got some closure with the family of Eddie Van Halen, for I understand.
You look up that article and read it
I'm
It's
going.
on Loudwire. It just came out.
Okay. I'm going to look it up right
This is
now.
very important.
Okay, give me a
This is
couple of
pretty big.
seconds here, because you know how the
Well,
phone is.
I did listen to Michael Anthony interview on Eddie Trunk Show a couple of days ago, live.
Right.
But I will be asking Eddie Trunk this week, if probably Friday,
All right.
if there's beef between Wolfgang and Sammy Hagar, man.
Dude, fuck
Because
Wolfgang. Wolfgang's a pussy.
that's why
Mm.
people, like, you're not the only person that's like, what is up with that? That's like
He's a
the Jew
pussy,
hate. Like, where
bro.
is this coming from? The hate
Because
on.
he's a woke, entitled, like fucking fat prick is what he is,
Nah,
bro.
listen. He there was this. They did the Wolfgang behind the music, right? Paul 3,
Yes.
and he basically answered all those questions, bro. Like TBH, like he did get a bunch of hate online, whatever, but like he really just played music with his dad, man. Like I don't see where you hate him. How are you hating on him, bro? He's the greatest fucking.
Because he took a job away from Michael Anthony, bro, a fucking founding member. Well, I don't know if he was really founding. I'm not
Paul,
sure with
Nah,
him.
but come on.
yeah, but
Integral part of it.
Paul has a point. When they announced that they're reuniting without Michael Anthony back in 2007, many people were like, What about Michael Anthony? Wasn't
I had
he like?
ticket.
Wasn't he? Go ahead.
Brown. I had tickets to that concert,
Yeah.
and my parents sent me to the boarding school, and they sold the tickets. I
Damn.
never got to go. I know.
Oh man,
Wow.
you got screwed.
And you know who was opening for that show, for that tour for them?
Who?
Bro, one of Bob Marley's sons.
Interesting.
Which one?
I know. Kymani Marley.
Oh wow.
Lesser known one. I know, Paul. I know. It's not a.
Who the fuck is that? Bob Marley's fucking third cousin, twice removed. Cool, bro. Probably fucking lying. Fucking bum.
Well, it says here Michael Anthony has detailed how he was able to finally get closure following the death of Eddie Van Halen. The former bandmate of Van Halen has been estranged for years from the band due to the guitar player's passing. Anthony was infamously forced to take a pay cut and sign away his rights to the Van Halen band name before going on tour with the group in 2004. That was that reunion. Yeah, I know. That was that reunion tour they did with Sammy Hagar that year. When the band recommended for a tour in 2015, he was replaced by Eddie's son, Wolfgang Van Halen.
Yes.
Many people were upset over that, including myself.
Hold on, Brown. Didn't Michael Anthony go do stuff with Sammy Hagar first and do a chicken foot and all that first?
Well, that may be one of the reasons why he was turned away. Eddie did say in an
when
interview.
was Chickenfoot though? When did Chickenfoot come out? What year was that?
It was like 06, bro. That was after all that.
So when? Are you sure it wasn't during that,
No,
No, it was in 2006 when they came out with that project.
And then when did that tour come out?
It started in 2000. It started in 2007.
Well, I'm saying, like, what the fuck? If Michael Anthony's doing a project with Hagar, what is the band supposed to think if they want to get back together with David Lee Roth?
I guess they. I guess Eddie looked at it as a betrayal. Like, how dare you side with the guy who's now considered my enemy?
Yes.
So that maybe
fucked over Sammy, and then he fucked over Michael Anthony. So that's why they kind of got together and formed some other thing. Yeah. Eddie Van Halen, dude, was a snake, honestly.
Great guitar player,
but it was his shit though. It was all about him. Like he was the bro. Come on, now.
It wasn't just him sitting there playing guitar, bro. He had other people. What about Michael Anthony's fucking harmonies, bro, on those records? That shit was.
I know, but like
exactly, good point there.
Eddie Van Halen's kind of like Vince McMahon to this wrestling community. Like there's Vince McMahon, there's Joe Cronin, right? There's Eddie Van Halen, there's
Axl Rose as well.
Michael
He's
Anthony.
been regarded as a prick just as well.
Many people in this community consider Paul 3 a big prick. Big asshole.
Community consider me a big prick too.
Look, you can't beat that. We're doing a music show, Brown. The guy is having band practice. I mean, real live music, real live musician. We're probably muted.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? But still, it's on the screen. I mean, band practice. Music's all around us, Brown. We talk about it. We listen to it. We do it. We play it.
We live it. We breathe it. We eat it. We shit it. We shower with it.
And Paul 3, I did watch. Well, It's to share to everyone.
Instead of blood veins, I have guitar strings.
I did watch a Paul 3 concert with his band, and Brown, me and you would fit right in with the audience. I mean, it's definitely, it's like, look, Paul 3 does his thing on the guitar, and Paul 3 is in his own zone, bro. He feels the music, his body's moving, he's feeling the vibe. But this lead guitar guy, the Joe Cronin guy, I mean, Paul 3 could probably play like the same stuff as Joe Cronin guy. I don't know. Joe Cronin guy's another lane.
Well, Joe
Right,
Cronin
Paul
is
3.
more. Well, Cronin is more of a drummer than he is a guitar player.
Well, no, not the.
So come here, come over on camera. I'll show
Not
you.
the real. This Joe Cronin guy that we call him that, the Brown, Paul 3's friend, because he looks like Cronin.
Oh, okay. So that was
Joe Guitar, yeah, Joe Guitar.
Oh yeah, call him Joe Guitar because I thought you was referring to the Joe Cronin at first when you said that.
What are you doing? Why are you so awkward? Oh my god! Why did you get so awkward all of a sudden?
Tell him we're on VH1 right now.
We're on VH1 Classic. What do you want to play? Give me a style and give me a key, and he'll play it real quick. Just a quick break.
Let's just do a quick little. You can do a little back
Jam.
in black, little AC/DC or something.
Oh, but yeah, try Saints in Hell.
What'd you say, Earl?
Saints in Hell by Judas Priest.
Oh, he doesn't know any of that.
Oh man, you got to get. Oh, I thought I'd throw it in there just for the fuck of it.
Style of music or anything, and pick a key.
Do like a little Metallica deal or something. I don't know.
Right. Do some Metallica shredding. What key?
Try one on the key of D.
D, Metallica shredding and D. Here,
yes. All right, there. Badass people. I love that. That was great.
Now, here's what I like to get him to do. Play some of that classical shit.
Love it, man. I love it. Appreciate it a lot, man. You know what? That kind of inspired me to start picking up the guitar. I haven't played it in a while there. In fact, I'm thinking about possibly doing me a guitar playing video sometime soon. I should definitely start doing that again. The last one I did was my version of Planet Caravan.
Yeah, we need to learn that one song together, brother.
Oh yeah. You know what? We should probably also do Grinder. I know you mentioned that before, YR.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So YR plays too?
Yeah, he does. He did a couple of live streams playing
casually, though, very casually. If I took the time and practiced every day, obviously that practice makes perfect, but I'm lazy. I'm more of an aficionado. I'm more of an aficionado, and I know more about, you know what I'm saying?
Do it anyway.
You just have to put guitar over.
Yeah, you just have to.
Wait, real quick. Wait, do some of the tapping and slide. Watch these slide taps. Watch this shit.
Dang.
Nice.
We're like. The Red Beach style tapping.
All right.
Yeah, he's like a Red Beach. Well, he's like friends with Red Beach and shit. It's ridiculous.
All right.
Reb is cool. He's a really nice dude.
Nice. Red Beach, by the way, plays with Winger.
Yes.
Wow.
Let me see if I could do the same.
Come on,
Min-
Brown. You got a damn $5 guitar. Don't be. Still,
Let me change picks.
Brown is Brown is pretty good, Joe guitar, brother. He's got that older, wisdom.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
We got a guitar battle. Go back. It's your turn now.
Oh, it's my turn.
Paul 3. Paul 3. Play like YR plays. So.
Nice. Sweet. Come on, Wire.
And then nothing on the street. Paul 3. He loves every ways. Grinder. Coming for me. Grinder. Want you to eat.
All right. Figure we do
That was
that.
good.
Paul 3. Play like.
You got to do that
Play
song,
like
Paul.
YR
That's
does.
for sure. All right. Nice.
Our lead singer's here. He got arrested the other night, so we got to find out the scoop.
All right. Wow. Oh, shit. Hey, that comes along with rock and roll, so.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Brown, you ready to get back in the news, brother?
Yeah, let's do this. We need to talk about P. Diddy. This is what I'm looking forward to. Oops, my bad. Let me shut this off. All right.
Afterwards or whatever.
All right.
All right, so I was going to ask, let's get down to the main thing of this show. P. Diddy. I sent you the
But
link
real
while.
quick, Brown. Before we get into that, I just want to make sure we got everything else down. We can.
Okay, I think we do.
Want to make
We
sure.
mentioned a lot of things. We mentioned Wolfie getting closure, the
Anthony.
train member death, and we also spoke
Oh
about.
no, we got a couple more. We have a couple more. I don't know if I sent you.
That was the only ones I got sent.
Yeah, we need to squeeze these in now. This is important.
All right, go ahead.
These are good. Here we go. Dang nabbit. Quickly, Brown. Quickly.
Mhm.
Got him?
Is it in Skype?
All right, here we go.
All right.
We do need to get these, though. Just two, though. And then we can do a whole bunch of Diddy stuff, because there's a lot there, man. I don't know how far back you known Diddy, or been knowing who Diddy was, Dr. Brown, like obviously Bad Boy Records, and
Obviously.
Sean John clothing line.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes, I remember that. That was big around that time when he was popular.
You like the jeans.
Mm-hmm.
I had Sean John shorts, Legion shorts in like 2004.
The shoes.
Yeah. Did you get those articles about that?
Is it in this Skype chat that I'm looking up right now?
Yes.
All right, should be coming up.
Music
It takes
news.
a while on my phone. All right. Give me a couple of seconds here. It takes a while on my phone for some dumb reason. I know it's a phone or a Skype itself, but it usually comes up bing, bam, boom. Yeah.
Vince Neil talks about how he prepares for concerts beforehand.
All right, there. I don't see any thing right now in the chat that we have got going. Here it is. Wait a minute. Let me go down there. I hate when it does this. You son of a bitch. Come on.
Come on, Brown. We gotta start watching the language on the shows. I'm gonna stop from cussing too. I tried not to cuss because.
But it's giving me this damn phone is giving me problems for some stupid reason.
No, I know. Even like.
Tell you what,
like
I'll let you read. I'll let you read the article, okay, dude?
I'll read it.
Go right ahead, dude.
No, but listen, Brown.
Yes.
I try to not really on shows too. I mean on shows too, but just in general, I do try to not cuss and curse.
All right, there. Yeah, I say that I do that because
it's not your fault.
No, I know.
Because I do it too, and I try not to. But it is better to not to cuss. Like even words like hell or damn or darn. You know what I'm saying? It's this isn't a kid show. This is definitely 21 and older.
Yeah.
We watch concerts at bars. We drink.
Mm-hmm.
We'll drink a beer or two. We'll have a nice shot or something, a margarita or something, which is 21 and up. But we do respect the Christian music, Christian bands, Christian rock, Striper, Creed, and everything, which is family friendly. So we are family friendly. I do want to make this a family friendly show, because music is for all.
Mm-hmm.
It really is for all, Brown. And then the System of a Down thing, but
we already covered that.
Yes. Are you sure it was in a?
We did it. We did it on the previous show that we did. Most definitely.
The Brown Bowl.
The Brown Bull, the what? So how does Vince Neil prepare for shows? Yeah, we got.
Except I'm gonna read I'm gonna read a couple here.
Wait, go ahead.
The
I saw
band
this one.
Accept.
Oh yeah.
Wolf Hoffman, which Dr. Brown saw in concert a couple years ago.
Yep.
Very close.
Yep.
The videos are on the channel, on Brown's channel,
Yep.
which he's the only original member left of Accept of that
Correct.
band.
Yes.
In that band, but explains why he didn't use his Flying V guitars in the studio.
Hmm.
Very interesting.
Yeah, because Accept
Basically,
been known for you for the Flying V's.
you know, he likes the playability, the looks. Um, that's why he likes Flying V's. But Flying V's were kind of unusual. And back in the day, he says everyone had a Strat and everyone had a Les Paul. But he says Flying V's were kind of rare, to be honest. And I think Wishbone Ash was an influence because they played twin harmonies.
Mm-hmm.
They played Flying V's.
Yep, and
Was
they feature.
Was Wishbone Ash before Judas Priest or after?
I believe so because I remember that
Huh.
they featured one kind of like a model of a Flying V on one of their album covers. And of course, KK Downey plays a Flying V a lot of times, as well as Michael Schenker and Rudolph Schenker.
He says he played a Strat in the studio.
Mm.
Everything was recorded on Restless and Wild and Balls to the Wall, which I guess are the two studio albums.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Or two songs. Two studio albums.
I believe the first record was simply called Accept, if I'm correct. I don't know if Restless and Wild was the or the second or third.
Everything was recorded on a Strat, he says, and now I still play a Flying V, but it's actually for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
When the German guitar company Framus came to me, he said, "Hey, we're gonna make you your signature model. We'll make it look like a V, but it's really a Strat in disguise. I want the long neck. I want the single coil in the neck. I want the switches exactly where they are. I want a Floyd Rose." So that's why they built me that one.
All right.
Ask if the fans can buy a signature V. Of course, you can buy it. There was a bit of a lawsuit with Gibson, he said, because of the Flying V design.
Exactly. So they have to possibly change something on the head of the guitar, obviously, there a couple times. Or the design on the pick guard.
Do you like Flying V's?
I do, yes. I would love to play one sometime soon. If we ever hook up together, bring your Michael Schenker, Dean, Flying V, and then we'll switch guitars for a while, and then we'll start jamming on them.
You know, I like Flying V's are good, but I like the Explorer. I like that banana headstock.
All right. By the way, I'm surprised Gibson. I'm surprised. Well, Hetfield has some custom-made Flying V's of his own, no doubt about that, because that's his signature guitar without any question. That and Lizzie Hale of Hailstorm, because she has her own signature Explorer manufactured by Gibson.
Oh, that's what I was going to bring up. So, like, Sebastian Bach was on Eddie Trunk show last week.
Yes.
So Skid Row, the band, has Lizzie Hale.
Lizzie Hale
being the singer for like 4 or 5 shows.
Yes.
Which Eddie Trunk made good points on, or some callers called up and was like, at this point with the band, the Skid Row, they really, you know, they didn't decline, they like increased, they inclined, like the Hailstorm fan base.
Yes.
You know, Lizzie Hale's band, which is a huge band.
Very popular.
You know, that fan base who doesn't even know Skid Row, like everything. So all signs point to they're not gonna, because she obviously is not going to be a full-time singer for them. She has her own band, blah blah
blah. She's just filling in
But
for the time being.
here's the thing, though, like they kind of excelled in their not necessarily like you know instead of instead of 500 or 1,000 people shows, they're doing 4 or 5. They could be doing four. They could be doing 4 or 5, 6,000 if they bring Sebastian Bach back. That's the whole point. Like they're not going to decrease and bring a known unknown name in.
Yeah.
They what they're going to do is either bring in someone who's known already, or straight up bring in Sebastian Bachman at this point. They're not going to bring in a lesser known person, especially than Lizzie Hell, because they like their stock increased with her coming, blah blah blah. Like
Yeah.
not just her fan base, but just the buzz around the Skid Row band
Yeah.
in general.
I
Like
wonder how
really,
much. I wonder how much AC/DC stock rose or declined when Axl Rose filled in for Brian Johnson in 2016.
probably the same or decline because people want to see the real thing. But this is different because it's like you're taking a band that's way. I feel like Hellstorm is more popular than Skid Row with like
At this
just.
point,
I
yeah,
mean,
because
at this point, like Skid Row is still like classic rock, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But they will. I just have a feeling because Sebastian Bach wants to do it. And get back. I mean, this would be huge if this happens. This will be
it
one of
would
the
be
biggest.
nice for the two to finally mend fences between each other. It would be nice for them to finally get what they need to do is sit
What's one
down,
of the
have
band members' name? Rachel Bolan or
yeah, the
something?
bass player.
And he has a brother in the band. What is it?
I'm not too sure. And nowadays,
Two
many
brothers.
member not. I'm not too sure to be honest because nowadays members leave, they rejoin, new members come in, and they end up leaving as well.
Oh, Snake.
David
Guy named
Snake
Snake.
Sabu,
Yes. And
one of
he's
the guitar
related to the
players.
wrestler Sabu,
Sabu,
correct?
no, Sabu, the wrestler
You know what I'm talking
Sabu.
about?
Yes, I know who you're speaking of,
You know what I'm
and I don't
saying?
think they're really related. Sabu, the guitar player, his last name is spelled Sabo,
Oh,
where
it's a
the
different
wrestler,
last.
yeah, the wrestler named Sabu is Sabu.
So Skid Row only has how many original members at this point? Is it the two brothers? Is it three? Is it Snake Sabo?
You know what? I think it may be Bolin and Sabu.
I know there's two guitar players. I know there's
Yeah,
twin guitar. There's dual guitars on that
yes,
for sure.
and like I said, I haven't really kept up with Skid Row as of late. In terms of just who the members currently are and the current lineup and such.
Listen, they're doing Skid Row's doing like they do their like all these groups do the festivals, but like they're doing clubs. They're not doing you know
Yeah,
it's they're not, really not doing tours. Like Skid Row's not doing a tour. They what they do is like a lot of these festivals and stuff.
yeah,
Sebastian Bach's doing a tour on his own. He's still good,
yes,
and that's on the list, to go to and everything. That's going to be a good one.
yep.
It's good, but I feel like it's going to happen. They will get. I'm serious, Brian. Like 2025. But we'll see soon. Like obviously, Skid Row's going to announce within the next week. They're saying or something,
I think I
or
think
within.
uh I think it's time for Skid Row and Sebastian Bach to finally break down the walls that came between them and finally sit down, have a long discussion of what went wrong, how this went wrong. And in terms of Skid Row talking about how Sebastian Bach cost him a lot of money, as in one report I remember reading, because Bach back then was a rabble rouser, no doubt about that. But I think now he's settled down. He's a lot more mature. He probably realizes his mistakes he made in the past. I think he now realizes, hey, I cannot be that wild 19, 20-year-old at the age I am right now. Can't do that. And I think maybe the members of Skid Row should probably take that in consideration. But then again, Skid Row are kind of like a little bit like this because of the fact that they're kind of afraid of the same thing happening once again when somebody comes back who got booted for this. If someone was a rabble rouser or troublemaker in the beginning up to their departure or their firing, they're kind of afraid of that same person still being there. The same thing happening over and over again. So, as I stated, it's time for the two sides to sit down in a hotel lobby or somewhere, have a secret meeting between one another, work shit out between themselves and each other. That's what Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Ryan James Dio did when they reunited with Dio back in 1990-91. They had a talk. They laid everything out on the table. Everything that's been bottled up inside of them towards this person, that person had to be let out right then and there. Instead of holding things back and everything just going imploding like it does. Right there. But all in all, go ahead.
There's another band, Brown. Before we get into the P. Diddy situation.
All right, let's keep it quick because I'm going to get to the Diddy situation.
Well, go ahead and we can.
Let's do this. All right, let's get it. All right. Now
when did you start? When did you start knowing Diddy? Like,
I started knowing about him back in around. I heard about him first back in 1994. He started his own record label, Bad Boy Entertainment. One of the first signings he got was the Notorious B.I.G.
Well, and look, in my day, in the late '90s, he was called Puff Daddy.
Yes.
Remember when he started changing his name and stuff?
Yes,
and
he
was
did.
like a
He
big
was
deal?
back then.
So
He was
he was always in the news and stuff.
Yes, he was known for two names, Puffy or Puff Daddy. And
which one do you like? Which one do you like better, P Diddy, Combs,
Sean
Combs?
I'm not. I wasn't really. It's hard
Puff
to
Daddy was
answer
always a
that
good
one.
one, though.
Well, P Diddy is a lot more appropriate because for a while he just shortened it to just Diddy.
What is Diddy though, bro?
I have no clue. I wish I knew.
Look,
I wish I knew myself.
It was so controversial, and I wish we could go back to the times where stuff like this was the stuff that was controversial. Because compared to stuff now that's controversial, like when Diddy was changed, when Puff Daddy changed his name to P Diddy, and like at the time,
yes,
wasn't he dating or married to J-Lo, Jennifer
well,
Lopez?
they were dating, and I guess there was a shooting at some club that went down. J-Lo and Puffy escaped with no harm, but then again, Puffy was at that time he was known as he got charged with something. I guess he went to trial, found out guilty, and I guess J-Lo decided, you know what, I cannot be around this guy if this is how it's going to be with him, because all these rap. And that was back in 1999.
What songs, major songs? I can't really think of any, to be honest with you.
Well, he had his own list of songs out there. He had All About the Benjamins. He had Tell Me with that Christina Aguilera song. He had that one called Last Night with Keisha Cole doing most of the vocals. No, he always has guests appearing on every song he has on any of his records. And the reason we're finally getting to this is because I'm sure, YR, you saw the clip of what went down back in 2016 with his then girlfriend, Cassie.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's real on that, TBH. Like, bro, with AI coming out now, like I really don't believe any video.
Well, here's the thing.
What do you think?
The footage. Well, here's the thing, and I said this before, and I'll say it again. The moment you strike a woman, you're a pussy. Doesn't matter how pissed off you are or how much you pushed your buttons. You don't strike a woman. Period. Let's get
In
that
no
out of the way.
circumstance, Brown. In
No
no
circumstance.
circumstance.
Punch a wall.
What
Punch
if
the mirror.
what if she's hitting you though, Brown, with
Same
something?
thing.
Like what if she was hitting Diddy with a baseball bat or a golf club? What do you do?
Then Diddy has the right to defend himself, but not hitting her
Exactly.
by yeah. But then again, she didn't have no baseball bat in that video.
We don't know that. We didn't see that. We didn't see what was happened in that room. That's why I can't. Brown. Look,
There was a report that Diddy said this himself in this apology video that he came out soon after this video footage came out, that he was fucked up, he was poorly intoxicated, and everybody knows when you're that intoxicated, most likely from alcohol, you could do and say stupid shit that you're going to realize you're going to regret further on down the line. I mean, like, I can imagine you coming back to Ozzy Osbourne and telling him all the crazy shit he did when he was under the bottle's influence. He probably most say shit like, I don't remember. But probably Sharon will probably remind him what he did at the Alamo years ago when he was drunk, or what he did to that poor dove at that record company meeting. He had alcohol in his system around that time. But then again, P. Diddy may have been smoking something that made him that paranoid.
PCP,
Maybe a weed or whatever. If he was doing PCP, then further shame on him for doing so.
Smoking a wet stick, brother.
Yeah. Yes. But now before now,
Sherm.
Who knows? Who knows?
On that Sherm, you know what I'm saying?
But now people may ask, why is he not being charged for this crime? Well, this happened back, as we mentioned, in 2016, and I guess the limitation is about a year before you can finally press charges. You got to wait after a year. You can't do nothing about it, unfortunately. But nowadays we have the court of both social media and public opinion. And our guests right now, they're both having their way with Diddy right now in terms of this video footage. Now, I've seen the footage, and I gave a description before in one of my videos discussing this. She's walking down the hallway. I guess she's got a hoodie around her head there. She's carrying a couple items in her left hand. Diddy runs out after her wearing nothing but a bath towel, grabs her, throws her down to the ground, kicks her from behind, grabs the two items, kicks her again, and tries to drag her across the hotel floor. And it also shows another clip of him throwing, I guess it was a vase made of glass, at her while she's in the corner. Now, Cassie's husband, who goes by the name of Alex Fine, he said it best: men who hit women are not men. Period. He said a few other things there in that statement, but what I just mentioned says it simply. Now, along with the allegations of sex trafficking and grooming, you think P. Diddy may be done? Do you think he's going to fall under the same spectrum as the same fate as R. Kelly or Harvey Weinstein?
Yeah, like Vince McMahon.
And Vince McMahon as well, yes.
You
Now, we don't know if Vince McMahon is going to see any jail time, let alone be put on trial. We still have yet to hear any prosecutors talk about that yet. But right now, as we mentioned, the court of both social media and the courts of public opinion, they're having their way with all the people that we mentioned: McMahon, Diddy, Kelly, Weinstein. And now they're saying that the apology video that came out soon afterwards, it was pathetic. They say he doesn't really mean what he says, otherwise we would see real tears. He's not sorry. He's only sorry because he got exposed. And the reason why I wanted to bring this topic up was something you mentioned last week on one of our shows about rap music altogether. When you look at it, I also sent you a link about this one rapper who's live streaming, I guess, on his Instagram. He was fucking around with some assault weapon, points it to his head. I don't know if he accidentally pressed the trigger, but he ended up killing himself.
I did read that, yeah.
Yes. And also we got these rappers like Tanashi 69, getting in trouble with the law. Like he snitched on a couple other people, and I guess he had to hide away for quite some time. Of course, we had Juice World and Little Peep, a couple other young rappers out there who have since died. I guess Peep had a drug issue that he had going on for a couple of years. And let's not forget all these shootings and the public beefs that these rappers had with one another. I mean, there was a massive big beef between Young Jeezy and Gucci Man. There was a big shooting, and I guess one of the people who got killed was one of Jeezy's associates. They finally patched up the beef years back, but the beef that they were having was over songwriting credits and royalty payments over a song they did together. And I believe that song was back in 2005 or 2006. Of course, we cannot forget the shit that Suge Knight was doing when he was running Death Row Records. I mean, it was detailed a lot of times that he would make threats, he would intimidate, bully many people. I mean, like, apparently, according to one of the representatives who managed NWA, in Words Without Attitude, the moment Suge came into the picture, that's when it stopped being fun. And Suge was one of these big guys with he was kind of like the Sith version of Peter Grant, Led Zeppelin's old manager. To put forth. Now, Peter Grant was not a bad guy. He only turned bad when it was needed to. Like if you were to strike either his son or his bandmate or one of the people he represented, if you struck any of his people or you tried to go after one of his people, whether it's Zeppelin or Bad Company, definitely he'll come down hard on you. And nobody crossed his path twice, according to many sources. All right, there you are, dude. I guess Wire is making some adjustments right now.
Yeah, go ahead with that.
All right, there. You're in the bathroom right now, washing up. So, I guess the main question is, with what you said about hip hop being this, being that. You're shaving. I see. I did that earlier today. What do you think hip hop needs to do to better itself if it's going to continue on as a music genre?
Be less violent, misogynistic.
Also, stop doing drugs, and also start coming out with more positive lyrics. Because you may remember, except with the exception of Public Enemy and Ice-T, who were exposed in realism at its full level, many of the rappers back then was about positivity, earning your own money, doing the right thing, don't treat women like prostitutes. Then all of a sudden the gangster rap scene emerged, and it was vice versa. And I think the most realist rapper of all around that period would have to be, of course, Tupac Shakur. I mean, the lyrics to Mama Said pretty much summed it up All right. I mean, I don't hate rap music,
Ugh.
but the thing is, it needs to start improving itself. It started with Tanashi 69, get rid of that rainbow hair he has. I mean, like, come on. Come on, bro. I mean, come on. There's a reason why, if you ever saw this guy, I call him MC Rainbow Bright. And also, the best recommendation I could come up with, stop with the tattooing of your face. Tanashi 69, who I mentioned, he has a big 6'9" right on the right side of his forehead, along with other little tattoos on his face there. I mean, you got to realize a tattoo is on your skin for life, unless you can afford laser surgery to have it removed. Keep arms, legs, belly,
Brown, did
chest,
you
back, doesn't matter, but not your face, folks. All right?
Brown, did
Yeah, yeah.
you announce the audience for the Ray Liotta episode next week?
Not yet. No, I know we're going to be doing movie madness again for Ray Ray Liotta. We're going to be focusing on his work. Definitely, I guess next week. And I know you mentioned about doing a WrestleManiacs episode to talk about the Ryback situation that he's got himself into.
Did you watch that video, that 5-minute
You know
video?
what? I only was, like I mentioned earlier, I was only able to listen to a few clips from it because I was at work when you sent it to me.
He
So,
clips the whole. It's basically the whole story, what you need to know in 5 minutes
right
that he
there.
clips you.
Now you clip, yeah. So you sent me two videos.
He basically had like a guy on who has hundreds of thousands of subs, like way bigger than Cronin on the wrestling thing
Yes,
on YouTube. But it's
yes.
like he went on Ryback's show when they were cool, and then he went live and talked a bunch of shit after. So that's
Wow,
basically what went
man.
on. Yeah,
All right, there. We
but
got definitely
Ryback's
get
right
into
on
that.
this one.
All right, there. We definitely got to dig deep into that on our next WrestleManiacs episode there. Which, by the way, we got to get Sean's view back on the show sometime soon for this episode. I know I should probably DM him pretty soon, find out how he's doing, leave a message. Hey, would you like to participate in our next wrestling show with me and YR? Most definitely. All right, so I guess that concludes tonight's episode of Music Maniacs for this evening. And YR's going out for the evening. He's going to, what sports game you're going to be watching? I think he may be muted if I'm correct. Well, YR is going to be busy watching the sports event later on this evening. Myself, I'm going to be busy doing something I haven't done in a while, a nightly bike ride. And also allow me to let everybody know that this coming Friday evening at about 11 p.m. Eastern, I'll be streaming a new dark industrial techno set here on my channel. And I invite everybody to come listen in for that one. Dance, crank out the volume, have a good time, enjoy themselves. And of course, for YR, Paul 3 and his bandmate, who we call Joe Cronin 2.0. Everybody have a good time. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to YR's channel, Entertainment 360. Hit that notification bell and like button. And we are so done. Everybody enjoy your Wednesday evening.